live at 4. Fox 30 Action News Jax starts right now.
That day I just really wanted to know, why I was getting pulled over and why I needed to step out the car when I know I didn't do nothing wrong. I was really just scared.
We're hearing from the 22-year-old man and his attorneys involved in the local traffic stop arrest that has gone viral. William McNeil Jr.'s attorneys are describing his case as a 21st century Rosa Parks moment. This is the cell phone video of McNeil's February arrest and the traffic stop in which he was hit by an officer across the face while seated in his car. I'm Tanika Hughes in for Emily Turner. Now, Action News Jax has been keeping you up to date since the release of that video on Sunday. Action News Jax, Jake Stofan is live downtown, and Jake McNeil says that he wanted to know why he was being pulled over.
Well, that's right. And the official reason for the traffic stop given by JSO was that McNeil was driving without his headlights on in inclement weather and wasn't wearing a seatbelt. But McNeil's attorneys argue the traffic stop stinks of racial profiling.
I was really just scared.
That's how 22-year-old William McNeil Jr. described feeling during this traffic stop in February, before an officer broke his car window and hit him across the face.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle!
McNeil, his family, and his legal team, made up of nationally renowned civil rights attorneys, addressed the public for the first time this morning, calling for Officer Donald Bowers to be fired for his conduct during the arrest. Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters has argued McNeil's conduct caused the traffic stop to escalate the way it did because he refused to comply with officers' commands to exit the vehicle, even after being told he was being placed under arrest. The sheriff has not yet commended or condemned the officer's use of force, pending the results of an internal investigation. But McNeil's attorney, Ben Crump, argues McNeil was exercising his civil rights, comparing his calm demeanor even after being struck in the face by Officer Bowers to Rosa Parks' famous act of civil disobedience in 1955.
We saw the best in William. We see the best in our children, just like you see the best in your children. This is about driving while black. We don't believe they ever would have done that had this been a young white citizen.
Now, at the same time McNeil and his attorneys were addressing the public, the governor weighed in on this controversy during a press conference that was being held at the same time just across town. Coming up on Action News Jax at 5, I'll tell you why he says he believes Sheriff T.K. Waters will come to the right conclusion at the end of this investigation. For local coverage in Count On live downtown, I'm Jake Stofan, Action News Jax.
The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office did respond to this morning's news conference from McNeil and his attorneys. Sheriff T.K. Waters released a statement saying, quote, "In light of William McNeil Jr.'s public announcement that he has retained counsel, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office will not offer any further comment." Our coverage continues on actionnewsjax.com, where you can find the original viral cell phone video, all 3 of the body-worn camera videos that JSO released, and you can watch the entire JSO press briefing, as well as today's briefing with McNeil, his parents, and lawyers. It's all on actionnewsjax.com and the Action News Jax app. Let's take a live look now at First Alert Doppler HD. You can see a few pops of color across the area. The First Alert weather team tracking storms for us this afternoon. I'm here with First Alert meteorologist Corey Sema, and it's not raining everywhere, even though it appears to be pretty scattered. Some places are still dry.
Yeah, and some places are a little more cloudy today, Tanika, compared to yesterday. That's at least helped us a little bit with our temperatures. But yes, we have had some pretty heavy storms, intense, especially near I-95, just developed within about the last 15 to 30 minutes, especially near downtown and down to NAS Jax. So let's zoom into Duval on First Alert Doppler HD. That green line right there is outflow from earlier thunderstorms, in particular up around the International Airport. That has been pressing out and farther to the south, and that is helping initiate or develop additional showers and thunderstorms. And right now we have some very heavy rain here, basically over Riverside down to Ortega and NAS Jax. Down to street level mapping we go. Portions of Roosevelt Boulevard, US 17 are inundated with that heavy rain between I-10 and I-295. And then the rain really tapers off onto the west beltway of 295. This shower is drifting to the south and west, very heavy, down to Orange Park around 410, Oakleaf at 419, and Ridgewood at 424. We have another very heavy shower over State Road 200 near Yulee and Wildlight. That's not moving very much. I'm going to show you where to expect additional rain and storms over the next hour or two, and there's more rain on the way tomorrow in the first alert forecast.
Covering Bradford County, where the sheriff's office is investigating a deadly deputy-involved shooting. Action News Jax told you when it happened last night off County Road 225 and State Road 16 in Stark. Officials say Michael Crawford made threats to the call center of the Florida Credit before walking in with a gun. Deputies found Crawford at his father's house, and they tried to de-escalate the situation. They say he came out with a shotgun, then went back inside to grab a second one. Deputies fired when they say he pointed one of the guns at them. New at 4, attorneys handling the case of 2 of the 3 men accused of killing a local Jacksonville rapper are in their opening statements right now. Charles McCormick Jr., better known as Lil Buck, was shot and killed outside of an Arlington shopping center in 2020 over an apparent diss track. Action News Jax Madison Foglio is live outside of the Duval County Courthouse downtown. In Madison, you've been in the courtroom all day, and prosecutors just wrapped up their opening statements.
Yeah, Tanika, and the main 2 questions the state attorney's office wants to answer for the jury are, number 1, where were Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker Jr. on January 15th, 2020, and what were they doing? Now, provide you some brief background information. Hakeem Robinson, better known as Queso, and Leroy Whitaker are being tried together with separate juries for the 2020 murder of Charles McCormick Jr. Robinson is charged with first-degree murder as a criminal gang member, while Whitaker is charged with first-degree murder as a criminal gang member, burglary with assault or battery, and home invasion robbery. Both Robinson and Whitaker are alleged to be part of the ATK gang. Investigators allege that Robinson and Whitaker sought to kill McCormick Jr. because he made a rap song that dissed the late rapper Willie Addison, better known as Big Goon. But here's the catch here. Addison is also Robinson's half-brother. And the state just wrapped up their opening statements, Tanika, to both juries together. And during the remarks, Assistant State Attorney Alan Mazzari, emphasized the importance of this family connection to this case.
This was a group of individuals who knew one another, were close to one another, that were family. Every single one of them that participated in this crime were members of ATK, a local rap group. All but one of them were related by blood.
And as I mentioned, there were 2 separate juries in this trial. So happening right now is that the jury for Leroy Whitaker, the attorney for Leroy Whitaker is about to give her opening statements to her jury, meaning the jury for Hakeem Robinson has to actually step out of the courtroom. So we're going to have part 1 of the defense's opening statements coming up on Action News Jax at 5. So make sure you stay with us both on the air and online. For local coverage you can count on, reporting downtown, I'm Madison Foglio, Action News Jax.
New at 4, Clay County Sheriff's Office is looking for a suspect accused of stealing more than $2,000 from a bank account. Take a look at your screen. Deputies say the man in this photo pretended to be a USAA bank member. He's accused of stealing more than $2,000 from victims after their card was compromised. There is a $5,000 reward for any information that leads to an arrest. If you know anything, you're asked to contact the Clay County Sheriff's Office. A live look now at the Miller Electric Center, where the Jaguars training camp for the upcoming NFL season is in full swing. And today was the first day of camp for the Jaguars. Action News Jax is your official Jax station, and Action Sports Jax Brent Martineau was there. He tells us how QB1 Trevor Lawrence says he's all in this season.
An exciting day here at Jags headquarters as the Jacksonville Jaguars open training camp 2025 on Wednesday morning in front of a nice crowd on a good morning to play some football in a short session per NFL rules. Obviously, the first training camp practice for new head coach Liam Cohen and this entire Jaguars staff, and that means another coach and another offense for Trevor Lawrence. He goes into year number 5 as the Jaguars franchise quarterback, and there's a lot to this Liam Cohen offense that he has to adjust to, from the play calls to the footwork and, of course, the scheme. But overall, so far so good, says number 16.
Put a lot of time in this offseason into making sure I'm ready to go this season. And I say that too because I have a lot of confidence in what we're doing here and the system, the staff, the new players we brought in, the guys that have already been here, like the culture, everything we're building here. I really have a lot of confidence and belief in what we're doing and that we're doing it the right way.
So many eyes on Trevor Lawrence as the franchise quarterback coming off 2 injury-riddled seasons, and he did have surgery on his shoulder in the offseason, his non-throwing shoulder, but he's healthy and ready to go at the start of camp here in 2025. A big season awaits for the Jaguars franchise quarterback. At Jags headquarters, I'm Brent Martineau, Action Sports Jax.
Well, tonight, 1st and 10 is back. The Action Sports Jax team will have a 15-minute recap of this morning's practice, including highlights and player interviews. It'll be every weeknight at 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30, and every weeknight until training camp is over. New at 4, the Putnam County Sheriff's Office new traffic unit hit the streets for the first time this week and made multiple traffic stops. The Sheriff's Office says on Friday night the unit kept an eye out for aggressive drivers, speeding, distracted driving, and people who were driving under the influence. They conducted 57 traffic stops, wrote 22 citations, and 35 warnings. Also, one person was arrested for DUI. The unit says its goal is to lower car crashes that end with people getting hurt or dying. Today, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis came to Jacksonville to announce 2 multi-million-dollar funds for cancer research. Action News Jax Finn Carlin shows us which local hospitals will get money toward cancer care.
Governor DeSantis laid out a $30 million and a $130 million cancer research fund while speaking inside Wolfson Children's Hospital here on the South Bank. The $30 million is coming from the state budget he signed last month, and the $130 million is going toward his wife's cancer research program.
So I don't think there's a single person in this state who has not been impacted by cancer, either directly or indirectly.
Of the estimated 171,000 people in Florida, the American Cancer Society says will be diagnosed with cancer this year.
We're all in this together. We want to get the job done.
The governor says his goal is for all of them to access treatment somewhere in the state.
What we have done is focus on things that really make an impact for the state of Florida.
Governor DeSantis says more options could come through the $30 million, partly going toward opening treatment sites around the state.
I hope people realize just how special this is.
First Lady Casey DeSantis says some of the $130 million her cancer research program received will go toward Mayo Clinic. We're told other hospitals like Wolfson Children's and the Moores will be able to apply for state grants toward cancer research.
You don't want anybody thinking that they have to go to another state to be able to beat this. You can beat it in Jacksonville.
The Florida Department of Health says the grants go as high as $2 million each, depending on what project they'll help fund. The governor says it's an effort to fight cancer in a state that has one of the highest number of cases around the country.
We're focusing on achieving outcomes and outcomes for patients.
The governor hasn't shared exactly how much money Mayo Clinic will be getting, but it's one of 4 hospital systems around the state that will be getting a portion of that $130 million toward cancer research programs announced just today inside Wolfson Children's Hospital. You can find those other hospital systems getting a cut of that money right now on actionnewsjax.com. For the local coverage you can count on the South Bank, Finn Carlin, Action News Jax.
From the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Corey Sima. You can see rain and dark clouds in the distance of Orange Park, while it's also raining. We're looking live at the First Alert Skycam network, and where the rain has already fallen, temperatures have dropped too, but where it's dry, we're still in the low to mid 90s. I'm tracking temperatures even hotter coming up next.
A man is accused of charging thousands for Airbnb business advice that a client says they never received. Coming up on Action News Jax at 5, why she says a local investor left her high and dry. And next at 4, an Olympic swimmer helping the push for safer waters, the school he started to get back to his hometown. F4, the trial date for the father of the suspected Apalachee High School gunman will be pushed back. Action News Jax told you in May when Colin Gray's trial was set to start September 8th. Gray's attorneys filed a motion on Monday for continuation due to trials for other cases that they have in Fulton County. Prosecutors say he purchased the gun for his 14-year-old son that was used in the shooting at Apalachee High School in September. 2 students and 2 teachers died. Now for information on products and how you can save money, here's local steals and deals.
If you're like me, you hate stepping on the dreaded scale. But guess what? Weight is just a number. No more do you have to be afraid to step on the scale thanks to the Counto Smart Scale. This thing is amazing because it's going to give you 12 different metrics about your body. We're talking about BMI, body mass index. You hear all the fancy trainers talk about that, right? It's going to tell you how much water you have in your body, how much protein, how much your skeletal mass is. All those are important to really understand your fitness and health journey. And with all that information, it can set you in the right direction to reaching your goals even faster. And that's why I love this thing, because you step on it, it gives you those metrics about your body and it syncs them to your phone. It has an app in there and it will tell you all about your body, and then you can track it. It will create charts for where you are on your journey, and that helps you stay motivated. You're like, yeah, I can do this. I got to go a little bit further, a little bit harder, and you can keep track of that. And the cool thing about it is you can also track different members of your family. Everyone can have their own profile. Don't worry, no one can see your weight, but you can have your own profile, and your kids can have their profile, your husband, your wife, everybody can have their own separate profile, and everyone in the family can start being healthy together. Think how much money you spend on a fancy trainer to tell you these matrix. Right now, you can have it in your home, 50% off the Counto. All you have to do is go to localsteals.com and your whole family can start to be healthier together.
New F4, Jacksonville Mayor Donna Deegan and 5-time Olympic medalist Ryan Murphy launched a summer safety push today at a local pool. It happened at Blue Cypress Pool in Arlington, and it kicked off Jacksonville's Summer Swim Safety Initiative. Now, this push includes free swim assessments, education campaigns, and access to swim lessons. Murphy, a gold medalist, says giving more people access to swim lessons can help reduce the risk of drownings.
I'm really trying to grow the sport of swimming. I think as we get to the hotter months over the summer, there's a lot of people being introduced to the sport, and I think it's important to take the necessary precautions as you're getting into the sport.
Murphy also shared that he recently opened a swim school in St. Johns County, and he now plans to expand business into Duval County in the future.
Great way to cool down in the summertime. Hey, we also have cooling downpours of rain and storms for some. It's not raining and storming everywhere, but here's one of the spots it is. The rain is really coming down here at I-95 and State Road 200. This is up in Nassau County, near Yulee, Wildlight. We also had a pretty intense shower and thunderstorm over the International Airport just within the last 60 to 90 minutes. That has faded away, but yeah, we've got about an inch of rain at the International Airport. First Alert Doppler HD has a decent amount of storms up and down I-95 and the St. Johns River. There's some light to moderate showers streaming on shore from Little Talbot Island to Mayport, down to just north of Beach Boulevard at the immediate coast, but those light showers extend toward the East Beltway of 295. Then we have a heavy storm right over NAS Jax in the Southwest Beltway of 295. The heaviest rain extends all the way down to Orange Park and Kingsley, and even down to the St. Johns River, just touching the northeastern edge of Fleming Island. This thunderstorm is pushing to the southwest into Fleming Island at 427, if not a little before. There's Doctor's Inlet at 428, and then right out at 436. We have heavy thunderstorms to the south of Green Cove Springs, pushing toward the Clay and Putnam County line. Then we have heavy rain moving into Palatka right now. This will head to the Palatka K. Larkin Airport at 423. There is Barden at 437 and Hunter at 445. And there's more isolated heavy showers and storms with some lightning here and there from Keystone Heights down to Interlochen, and all of that activity is pushing toward Gainesville. Most of this, there's a shower or two near Camp Blanding, headed towards Stark within the next 15 to 30 minutes as that action pushes toward I-75. There's this heavy rain. We just saw it on the First Alert Traffic Camera Network at State Road 200 and I-95. This storm is not moving very much, so it's just going to kind of rain itself out over the next 30 minutes or so. We may see around a half-inch to 1-inch rainfall amount in Yulee and Wildlight and to the west of I-95 as well. there's kind of a cutoff here. So the atmosphere is a lot more unstable along the St. Johns River and farther inland. You see all this light green out over the Atlantic. These light showers have been streaming toward the coast in I-95, and that is really helping stabilize things. It is not going to be nearly as wet and stormy for the coast of St. Johns County and I-95 as compared to neighborhoods inland over the next couple of hours. And up into southeast Georgia, heavy storms are moving out of Waycross right now, headed to Manor at 447, and there is 3 points at 458. We can see this heavy storm from Orange Park in southwestern Duval on our downtown tower camera on the First Alert Skycam network. You see those dark clouds overhead as those showers and storms are pressing farther inland. For the Jacksonville Metro, there will be that threat for an off and on shower with the activity much lighter closer to the coast through about 5 to 6 o'clock. The rest of this evening, most of the rain is going to generally focus inland. And then this pattern with generally inland moving storms will be the case Thursday and Friday here in the First Alert 7-day forecast. Your weekend is always in view, and my goodness, we have what should be the hottest temperatures of the year headed our way. The coverage of rain is headed down, especially by Saturday, and then Sunday and Monday we have no rain in the forecast. Well, look at that. 101 and 100 both days near record highs, and yes, those would be the hottest days of the year. You get the latest First Alert weather and track that live radar at actionnewsjax.com.
Rescuers help a dolphin in distress. Coming up next, the rescue caught on camera as a dolphin was swimming with his calf. Covering St. Johns County later this month, there will be a guest speaker event focused on learning about elder fraud and how to protect yourself. It will feature the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Rob Hardwick, and a financial crimes detective. It will be at the Ponte Vedra Beach Branch Library on July 31st from 1 to 3 p.m. and RSVP is required. A dolphin is safe and doing okay after a team of rescuers helped him escape from some crab trap lines. Take a look at some video from the Bradford County Sheriff's Office. Deputies say boaters noticed a bottlenose dolphin in distress when his tail got caught in ropes on Sunday. The dolphin was swimming with her calf when she got caught in that crab trap. The team was able to untangle the dolphin and remove the ropes, and it was off and it's doing well. All right, Corey.
Yeah, we have some heavy thunderstorms, Tanika, especially along and west of I-95 in the St. Johns River. We can see one of them here from downtown Jacksonville on our downtown tower camera. This is heavy rain, especially in southwest Duval, pushing down into Orange Park. Inland spots will be the areas to watch for additional rain and thunderstorms the next few hours. There may be some very light rain at the beaches of Duval and St. Johns counties. The atmosphere is a lot more stable here near I-95 and the coast, as opposed to inland for the next few hours. Tanika?
All right, thanks so much for joining us today at 4. Much more ahead on Action News Jax at 5. Kids are going to be heading back to school soon, and that means it's time for back to school shopping. We're going to show you some of the best deals to help you keep money in your pocket.